Let's talk about the music video. It's very, very dreamy. Tell us about the conception and how it relates to the vibe of the song.
This song, I was basically started out being very disconnected to myself, and then finding the fish and following the fish and following it down in the ocean and getting deep with my emotions and like facing the fish. The fish basically represents myself. And then eventually like looking it in the eyes and just reaching out to it, and that's how it, and then we wanted to turn it into like a fantasy type of world. So that's why I also wake up at the end of the music video. The concept of the albums is basically all the thoughts that you get right before you sleep and the moment when you wake up. So it's like at your most vulnerable state. And every song on the album talks about a different type of love, whether that's self-love or romantic love, or like your relationship with spirituality or God. Or so we have different types of love that we need in life, and that's what I talk about in my album.
We're so happy to hear your new music. But it sounds a lot different from your old tunes. Now, apart from time, obviously, what enabled such growth to take place?
My last original project, I released it in like late 2014. That's 6 years ago. I just turned 20. It was my first time releasing music. It was my first time recording my own music. It was the first time coming up with melodies and composing the song. So it was definitely like an experimental phase. I wasn't going into it being like, this is what I'm gonna sound like for the rest of my life. So I grew up, I listened to more music, I developed my own sound.
During the making of Can't Catch an Emotion, what came first, the melody or the lyrics?
So I've had this feeling for quite some time, the feeling of like just being like so heavy and indifferent, and just like every single day looks the same. And it was a really tough phase because I wasn't sad, but I wasn't angry, and I wasn't happy, and I wasn't excited. It was just like a very like foreign feeling to me. It was just super like, you know what I mean, like blah. I had like a very, very long writer's block. So I kept experimenting with like chords and melodies and stuff. And once I had like a specific melody in mind, I start like blurting out like random lyrics, and usually those random lyrics are usually what I've been trying to say, and then I end up with a song.
What else can you share about your upcoming album?
It's like a collection of 9 songs. It's not necessarily like a big album, but that's what I could do at the moment. The songs on there are like true expression of who I am, so it's definitely scary in terms of like people judging and talking about it and listening to it, and you know, in that sense. But I'm very, very excited to release it because I've been working on it for 2 years now, and I've done everything that I can to make it like the finished product that it is now. So I'm very excited for it.
Do we have a date to look forward to?
We used to have a date, but COVID-19. I mean, we're supposed to release soon, like in 2 months maybe. As soon as we can wrap it up, we're gonna release right away.
What advice would you give to female singers in Egypt?
I mean, it's very difficult to find the resources as an underground musician here in general, like not necessarily being a female, but like in general, like the PR and the social media plans and the distribution and production of a music video or whatever. Like all of these things, if you're gonna hire someone to do it, it's gonna take so much money and time. So I basically learned everything by myself, YouTube tutorials, talking to people, going to like virtual web seminars and stuff. So that's what you have to do. I mean, if you don't have the money to hire someone to do it for you, then you're gonna have to learn to do it yourself. It's very hectic because you're not just a musician that's releasing like something like from your heart, but you're also like the manager of that musician. So you have to at some point detach from being a musician to go into manager mode, or detach from manager mode to go into musician mode. It's a fine line, but it's doable.
It's amazing. I'm so happy, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Thank you so much. I'm really glad you like it.
Yeah,
You're
me
my
too.
first interview, and I'm so happy to talk about this song.